And Natalia joins us live now from Bogota. Hi, Natalia. Natalia, thanks for joining us. What's the atmosphere in Colombia like right now as a new round of talks begins in Havana?
Hi, Regan there. Yeah, in fact, this new round, which will be the 43rd round of peace talks, will start tomorrow, the 3rd of November, and will extend until the 30th of November. So we're talking about a new round of 10 days. Now, expectations here in Colombia are running absolutely high, especially after that possibility of a timely bilateral ceasefire, very likely to be implemented in December, was announced not just by President Juan Manuel Santos, but also by some leaders of the FARC, members of the peace delegation, has tweeted in the social network Twitter also the possibility of having this bilateral ceasefire. So specifically and especially for the residents of those rural areas most affected by the armed conflict, expectations are running really high, and they are expecting that in this new round of peace talks, the government and the FARC can, in fact, speed up the details that are yet to be agreed so that, in fact, they can implement a bilateral ceasefire sooner rather than later, Regan.
The FARC warned that their unilateral ceasefire is in jeopardy due to the ongoing military operations by the Colombian army. Do you think this is an issue that will be expected to be raised?
There is actually a subcommission that is called the Technical Commission for the End of the Conflict. This commission there in Havana is made up by military men and also by the FARC. And they have been discussing, not just now they are about to discuss, but from some couple of months ago, since this commission was established, they have been discussing the issue of a bilateral ceasefire. And also, we do know that the FARC has been raising this concern that a unilateral ceasefire is really unsustainable for a long period of time if the government does not agree to implement a bilateral ceasefire. Let's remember, Regan, that this is not the first. The FARC has been implementing a unilateral ceasefire since the 20th of July. But let's remember that this is not the first unilateral ceasefire, but is the sixth unilateral ceasefire they have been implementing since the peace process started 3 years ago. And the reason why the previous five unilateral ceasefires have failed is due to the government not agreeing to reciprocate the FARC's unilateral ceasefire with a bilateral ceasefire. So let's hope that this is an issue that not just gets addressed during this new round of peace talks, but that they reach an agreement on that.
And before we go quickly, Natalia, there's been speculation regarding the possibility of an agreement on victim reparations. It's been on the table for a while. How does this fit in with the deal on transitional justice, which was announced at the end of September? Is it likely to be reached during this upcoming round?
Well, actually, if we have a look to the 5-point negotiation agenda between the FARC and the government, the point of victim is the same point of justice. It's the fifth point of the agenda that where the compensation of the victims is included. So a general agreement on this has been reached back on the 23rd of September, when both President Juan Manuel Santos and Timochenko there of justice. So there is many details that still need to be discussed, but like the general frame on transitional justice that has already been agreed includes the issue of victims' compensation, Regan.
Thank you so much, Natalia. It's always great touching base with you. We'll touch base with you again later on this week to follow up on these meetings. Thanks again.